My name is Tim McClellan. I'm the president of the North Lake Travis Chamber of Commerce. We have here today our new police chief, Gary Boshears. And welcome. You're how many days old in here?
So right at 1 week on the job now, Tim, and I appreciate the welcome, and I'm excited to be here working for the citizens of Lago Vista.
Well, great to have you here. So could you tell me, when I first noticed coming in your office, these really cool things.
Some comic book stuff going on there. Yeah, so this was actually an idea that my son had. He's 13. He was probably about 6 or 7 at the time that he had that idea when we were looking to decorate my office in the first city that I was police chief in. And for a couple of reasons. Number one, he and I like to go watch the Marvel movies together. That's something fun that we do, the two of us. And then when we were talking about how to decorate the office, he says, well, Dad, you should do it in superheroes because all police officers are superheroes. So it was just kind of a neat idea that my son had, and it stuck, so it's grown a little bit over time, too.
So, Gary, I have a few questions for you today.
Okay, Tim, love to.
What is your principal goals in Lago Vista?
So there's a few. Number one, my goal as police chief is always that our department delivers exceptional level of public service to our citizens, and that we're always looking for ways to enhance public safety and quality of life for our residents here in Lago Vista.
Particular challenges you perceive as a result of our recent growth?
You know, I think when it comes to looking at growth from a public safety perspective, the challenges that go along with that is you never want to be behind the growth. You always, from a public safety perspective, want to be ahead of it. And so as cities are growing, you have to look at lots of different things. You have to look at staffing and resource allocations and different challenges that come along with growth. Also things like traffic and how are you going to plan for that. But that's the big thing, is you always want to stay ahead of it to where you're managing the growth and the growth isn't managing you.
Gary, could you tell me a little bit about community involvement?
Yes, sir. Yeah, community involvement as police chief is really important to me, and I think it's important that our officers are not only involved in the community, but are really seen as being part of the community.
Gary, tell me a little bit about how your staff accepted you when you came in as the new police chief.
You know, I'll say this last week has been absolutely great. I would say to our citizens here in Lago Vista, they have a fantastic group of officers and dispatchers that are working for them, and it's been awesome. Everybody's been very receptive and welcoming. Actually, the first day they had my office decorated with all kinds of like welcome here decorations, so it really made me feel at home, and it's been awesome. I think everybody's here is excited for, some positive changes in momentum maybe moving forward. And I would add, since we're talking about staff, we do have some vacancies right now, so if anybody out there is interested in a career maybe in dispatch or law enforcement, definitely get a hold of us. We'd love to talk to them about that.
Yeah, sounds good. Gary, pleasure to meet you.
Nice meeting you, Tim.
And thank you for taking your time and doing this interview for everybody out there in Lago Vista.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time.
Okie doke. And we'll see you next time on Biz Buzz.